kind of like swimming in your pool with something that you is instead of using slang, I'm just gonna be up front. Someone that you know and respect as a man is trying to push up on someone that you used to mess with, then that's the only time that you can kind of react. But I feel like you would be more offended with the man that you had respect for. Your ex is for the streets now. You shut it back in the water, shoot for the streets. I mean,
well,
so
okay.
there's no reaction.
You can't
it is
a reaction. It is. You saying there's no reaction, but
you have the problem.
Niggas will have a reaction. Niggas,
you got a problem with that dude.
What water is this?
We're talking about
Atlantic Ocean.
We're talking about
back to the water.
We're talking about misguided
Lake Erie.
Misguided blame. Because that you say that dude would have a problem with the other guy, but they'll have a problem with the female also. They'll be all the way upset. You understand what I'm saying?
But now you're showing weakness.
I'm saying, but that guy,
and you're
that,
showing
that guy, that guy would have
point,
he would be in a relationship and still have a problem with that. So that would be okay though.
I'm sorry. Say what you're saying again.
A guy, he's in a new relationship. He's moved on.
Yeah.
And he's still worried about what his.
It's just showing that he hasn't moved on.
Yeah.
That's all it's showing. That he hasn't moved on. And for homie to just be okay with his woman just
somebody died,
bodies
bro.
And whatever.
Somebody died.
Yeah.
Somebody died. Yeah, and all right, so it's a little bit deeper also, right? So I believe in that whole pair bonding shit, right? I believe in that. I do feel like for people, men and women, but I think mostly women, once they are sleeping with somebody, they become emotionally tied to that person. Okay. You know what I mean? Right. And I guess the more people that you do sleep with, the more like.
And this only works one way. It only works for women. It doesn't work for men.
I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not saying that. Okay. I believe that men, it takes more than sex for them to connect on another level. Mm-hmm. I think women connect like they'll click with somebody or they'll vibe with somebody, and then in order to strengthen that bond, they have sex. Okay. Men do it the opposite. I think men have sex first, and then they see if you cool and the vibe is great, and then it's like, all right, the sex was good, and then we have a good vibe, so now we have a bond. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well.
So the more men that a woman does sleep with, the more men she's going to be tied to.
I got you. I don't believe what you're saying. I don't believe in what you're saying. I believe you believe it, but I don't. I feel like that's.
I think most women, if any dude, well, the majority of the dudes that they have slept with, if they passed away, maybe they won't boo-hoo, but they might feel like, damn, that's fucked up. They might.
Let's play again. Play again.
Y'all you look so sinister when you say that shit, right? Let's play again.
Y'all tell me. I'm gonna give a scenario, and y'all tell me when if y'all are comfortable with it or uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
It will hit the limit of uncomfortableness, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nothing disrespectful. Like, yeah. Me? No, you wouldn't. I know you know.
Little old me. All right. If a significant other's ex-boyfriend died, she got the news, screamed, and then she cried for an hour. You're okay with it or not okay with it? Everybody playing.
You said
if your wife's ex-husband,
say ex-husband. Say it. Yeah, ex-husband.
No, ex-boyfriend. We're not gonna do that. Ex-husband's acceptable. I mean, ex-boyfriend.
Baby daddy?
No. Definitely not okay. No, because kids complicate everything. No, we're not doing that. If an ex-boyfriend, if an ex-boyfriend died,
finish the question.
If an ex-boyfriend died and she screamed,
ex-boyfriend
died and
she never had a baby with him.
Never had a baby with
Never
him.
been married to him.
No.
But yet she
screamed and she cried for an hour straight.
I'll punch in the head.
Okay.
Yeah, I would feel a way about that.
Cool.
Not
playing.
You never had.
I could take the loophole right now. He said, "You're not playing." I could be like, "Nah, I'm not playing."
Ex-boyfriend.
So
looked on the phone.
There's a couple of things I think that go into that.
Boyfriend.
There's a few things that go into that. First thing is how are we talking? So, how long have we been together? If we've been together a year or something like that, then I may not love it, but I can understand it.
You're married.
I'm just as new. I'm just as new. See,
dating,
but we're a husband.
You dated and you married for 10 years.
Oh, I mean, it would be a little excessive. I feel like.
Okay.
To fall out and cry for some guy you haven't been with.
If she wanted to go out of town
to the funeral,
she wanted to buy a plane ticket and go to this funeral for this ex-boyfriend. You okay with it or not okay with it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that would be a little excessive as well.
I'm not sure if I'll be around when you come back.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not like if I had a problem. Like the first question.
Yeah.
I
should have just ended, but y'all know like y'all no fun.
We're not giving you that.
I'm giving y'all a run.
No, I would be like, I would question that a lot. Like, yo, why so much emotion for this dude that
his dick was so good, Ron?
So this is what this nigga's asking us to accept. This is what we're MC Shorty Loke is, you know what I mean, is asking us to accept. He wants us to accept an insane amount of grief from the woman that we're with for some ex-dude because they had like a pair bond because he plugged his plug into her outlet. Like he plugged the iPhone charger into her outlet one time at a party. Like, nah, nigga, keep it moving. It's weird. It's weird. I think he wants us to accept some weird shit. That shit is weird. And no, I disagree with him wholeheartedly. I disagree with him.
Well,
we can play the game. Y'all make it past round one. I had five more rounds. I was gonna be like, you went to the funeral with her, and she threatened to jump in a casket. So y'all didn't even get there.
No, that's way too far.
You think I'm gonna go?
That's way too far.
I'm gonna go with the nigga?
That's way too far.
You're going too far, big.
But
you know what I'm saying? So what are we even talking about?
I understand what he's saying in the sense of a woman being tied to a man that she was with for a certain amount of time.
What does that tie look like? How does it manifest itself? How do we know that this tie exists? If we were to try to diagnose this tie, what does it look like?
Well, you should if you're with her after
like she had sex with him. And
how does that look? How does that look?
What is?
I don't know. How could you diagnose? How could you tell someone that you're with has sex with another person? Like, how can you tell? Like, what does it look like?
What do you want, a video?
No, I'm not a video, but what is like
you're speaking to the mic.
It's a hug. It's a what? Like what? Because he wants us to just accept anything.
Bro, listen.
We know what happened. We just don't have to see it.
What is the diagnosis of anything when it comes to?
Why does he sound so muffled?
What has happened? What you say now?
Yeah, you good now.
Nigga, you muffled. Pause. Get a muffled.
Yeah, listen. What is the diagnosis of anything that has actually happened in your life? Do you have to have a video? Do you have to have a audio? Do you have to, things have happened?
Yeah.
Things have happened in life.
You don't have to ask her if she slept with that person.
But here's the thing.
But doesn't that run counter?
I feel like everybody. No, I feel like everybody feel like something has to be documented. It doesn't have to be documented. That happened. Whatever feeling that young lady had, that you had a relationship with, that now you're in a relationship with her, it's not going to leave her. Mm-hmm. It's up for us to understand that. Yo, listen, she had a relationship with this dude. He was hung like a horse. Had sex with her. Messed my joint up altogether.
Oh God!
And now I got to deal with her. But the fact of the matter is, like, yo, she had a relationship with this guy. Whatever connection she had with that dude, connections don't leave, bro.
They don't leave, but they fade.
They do fade, but they don't leave. So here's the thing. I really feel like no matter what relationship that you've had that was really important in your life, you don't ever really let it go altogether because it's still somewhere in the back of your brain somewhere. Now, when you're married and you have your one, a lot of that shit, like you said, it fades. You don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But does it go? It doesn't go. Because let you have some terrible times in your relationship. And don't bullshit with me.
Mm-hmm.
If you have some terrible times in your relationship, you will reach back and think about some great times that you had with some other people.
I thought you were going there.
Real talk.
Man,
Like, am I bullshit?
Yes.
I'm not bullshitting with you.
Put that on wax, nigga.
Yeah, all right. Yo, real talk.
You on your own, nigga.
Let's. I'll be completely honest with you. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But the truth of the matter is, you can be in a relationship and be in a marriage and have a great marriage, but when things go aloof, you can also reach back to have great thoughts of either what y'all used to have or what you used to have with someone else.
Mm.
That's a fact. That's just a fact. That's it. Like, these thoughts and these experiences that we have in life, they don't go away, bro. They don't go away. You don't just erase people out of your life because it's like, I'm married, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
No, bro. You're married and you're happy, but yet on the same married and happy totem pole, you still have everything that you have ever done in your life that made you happy up until your married and happy life. Period.
Put like that.
Yeah. I tend to believe what he's saying because you got to think about it. Like, nobody's perfect, right? So when, let's just say, for instance, if you there's something about your wife that she doesn't do, right? And you like, yo, you need to do X, Y, and Z, or you're not doing X, Y, and Z. You're getting that from somewhere. That's coming from a place. Subconsciously, you're comparing to something you had before. A lot of times it's not like we pull shit out of thin air and say, you know what, you don't.
It's
So
something
at
that's
what point does
lacking.
your reality become? Huh? So at what point does your reality become where you actually are?
You always are where you are, but you're always gonna have shit in your memory bank. Mm-hmm. And when people when they feel like they're lacking something, sometimes it comes from hearing other people, but I think as you get older, you're not comparing yourself to other people's relationship.
They be out.
I think you're more or less comparing yourself to previous relationships that you personally had,
right,
or people you dealt with. So you feel like, all right, well, why can't you be like this? You're not gonna say that, right? Yep. You're not gonna actually say that, but it's coming from a place. The place is, and a lot of times the place might be from your past experiences. Like if it's a woman that feels like, all right, this dude he cool, but he don't do this, that, and the third. Where's that coming from? Because she had another guy that probably did the things that you don't do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm saying it's relationships, man. It's like, yo, you're dealing with people that have had experiences, and
so there is credence to a sect of men who would only even think about marrying a virgin. Because you're saying every other woman is polluted.
Not necessarily polluted.
That's what I'm taking.
Not necessarily polluted. It depends on.
I'm thinking, say shit wash away. You the ill nigga. You come around. Forget the zeros. Get with the hero. But you saying like, yo, nah.
You could be a hero, but even
like everybody is collected. So niggas is calluses. You know what I mean? Like they just around and they just building up. And
if we are
body count is dangerous.
If we are smart, right? If we're smart people, men and women alike, we're going to learn that, all right, well, when I was in this relationship, I had this, but I didn't have this, but this is more important than that, right? And hopefully you reach the point where your significant other, the person like you plan on spending your life with, they're not perfect, but they do have the characteristics that I need. Maybe when I was with this particular person in the past, yeah, this was cool, but this was it was a whole host of other shit that wasn't that cool. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's a trade-off, right? You might have a woman that you had great sex with in the past, but we couldn't really communicate that well. We didn't have good conversations or anything like that, but you might have a woman in the future where it's like, all right, the sex is not as good as with her, but we really vibe and we can communicate on a whole nother level.
Yeah, we throwing the baby out with bathwater. That's all. Everything going. Like the sex.
But it's not
you trash. You out the door. Like I'm not holding on to
I'm not saying,
you know what I mean?
Like,
we're not doing that. We looking for peace of mind. Men ain't holding on to all that. Like
okay, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say.
Like we got the little Rolodex, like, oh, remember that? Oh, that was a fun night.
Okay, all right, night. Yeah.
But, come on, man.
Because it's the way men.
We could compartmentalize the way our old work a lot better.
Exactly, right? Yeah. But when a woman,
they collect this.
When she has given herself to a man, it's it's etched in her. Yeah, it's probably etched in her for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
maybe for a lunchtime, for a long time, for a lifetime. I'm sorry.